Continuing our 2014 team previews here on the Motor Racing Network, I'm Tony Rizzuti, joined by Dustin Long of MRN.com. Furniture Row Racing, the little team that could out of Denver, Colorado. We've heard a lot of change amongst teams this year. This is one that has a lot of change as well, Dustin.
Well, certainly a new driver coming in, Martin Truex Jr. with Kurt Busch moving on to Stewart-Haas Racing. So that's probably the biggest change. You know, the rest of the organization, there's a lot of things that are the same. But one of the things I think that's interesting that a lot of people aren't talking as much about this organization is, and when they talk about change, is that Martin Truex's pit crew is coming over from Michael Waltrip Racing. You remember last year with Kurt Busch, for as fast as he was, they had a lot of inconsistency on pit road, and I know it's something that bothered him and bothered crew chief Todd Berrier. I'm going to be intrigued to see what this pit crew does, if they can be more consistent than what the group was last year. And certainly, you know, any position you gain on pit road is valuable, and that's something that can help you out. So I'll be anxious to see how strong this team is on pit road, how consistent. Will they be able to gain spots? Will they avoid losing as many spots as what they did? And, certainly, with Martin Truex coming along, certainly they could do some things.
We know Kurt Busch is a fiery guy, and last year he drove with a chip on his shoulder. Martin Truex Jr. coming into this season after what happened at Richmond, do you think he'll have that same intensity, that little chip on his shoulder this year in the 78?
Yeah, I think he will to some degree. But, you remember, before all the issues at Richmond, or before the penalties at Richmond, Martin thought he'd made the chase. That would have been his second consecutive year making the chase. He won a race last year. And again, for all the talent of Kurt Busch and for all and what Furniture Row did last year, they didn't win a race. So here comes a guy who came in and won a race. Can he duplicate it? And I think he certainly wants to prove to people that he can continue winning races, that he can make the chase, and that he doesn't need the type of help or things that happened at Richmond to get him in the chase. So I think there's a lot for him on his plate, but I think he's going to be more focused on just learning this team, learning this organization, and also learning the other RCR drivers with the technical alliance with Richard Childress Racing. I know Truex told me that one thing he's really looking forward to is working with Ryan Newman at Richard Childress Racing. He says he and Newman are really good buds, and so he's looking forward to that. And he's worked with Paul Menard before at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. So I think there's a comfort factor there for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what Furniture Row can do. Can they duplicate what they did last year in 2014? And for more on Furniture Row and all of our team previews, keep it right here at MRN.com and join our conversation in real time on Twitter. @MRN Radio is our handle, and use the hashtag AskMRN.